on Super Bowl Sunday in 1996, while working homicide, I was notified to come in off duty to investigate a case. A young female was murdered in her apartment on Catherine Street. So, as we went into the investigation, we find out that she was, man, just a certain things like she was stabbed 52 times in her back. We ended up having to go to do different investigations and leads and so on. And it really went nowhere quick. So at different points in time, different clues would come in, and everything led to nowhere. So I've been on the job for God knows how many years, and it was I think 4 years before I received information. Excuse me, it was 2 years before I received information based on a picture I posted on Facebook. And the young lady called me and said, I think I know who did this. And I'm like, okay, who? Because so many other leads didn't pan out. And so I said, who? And she tells me the name of a guy. And the reason she knew it was him or thought it was him is based on a tattoo that he had on his arm, which she thought were the initials of the individuals she spoke of. So,
The case didn't lead to any arrests.
no, no, not
And
until I,
and you ended up getting leads from investigating on your own time.
right, based on the fact of what I posted, and people started to reach out to me. But first couple didn't mean shit because they didn't know their ass from their elbow. It didn't sound like there's anything going to culminate from their information.
And you brought the information to the proper channels.
I did, well, because they wouldn't deal with the police department. I had spoken to one guy, and he gave me an assumed name, and I took it as such, and that's how I took the photo to begin with. And so that's the one I posted on the on Facebook and so on. And so I got left a phone number and so on. And so that's out of a clear blue sky. This girl calls me and starts telling me all the information and stuff. I'm not certain, but I sure believe with a 39-page rap sheet littered with every felony you could think of, and as according to the witness, said that this guy would serve out his term rather than go on parole or probation because he just didn't want to be bothered, and I have someone hawking over his shoulder as to what he was doing. So that being said,
So this monster's still walking around.
saying,
This guy's still walking around.
as far as I know, he's doing 2 to 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And his girlfriend, so to speak, Lisa, steadfast, sticking by his side, and she even goes to visit him in jail, as I'm told. So at some point in time, I wound up meeting up with a lady, and after she found out I worked homicide for Syracuse Police, she asked me if I knew about a case that happened years ago in the 90s, and so on. I said, well, I actually worked on the case. And she said, on Jill and Udo's case? I'm like, yeah. She goes, yeah, the guy I know, he got on a Super Bowl Sunday, so that I was seeing him for a short time. At that point in time, he became very vocal and aggressive, and to the point where she feared that he was going to do something to her. And so at some point in time, they got into an argument. And he says, if you don't shut the hell up, he goes, I'm going to kill you just like I did Jill Lynn. So, being a statement like that, she goes, the girl tells me that she knows a guy, and the guy intimately knew the details of the situation. And so at that point in time, we took that, or I took that, and contacted this guy who was really, he was very vocal and like didn't miss a beat, talked about the whole thing. I think we talked to him for, I don't know, 3 hours over 2 days. And so he gave me all the details about what he thought. And his son had, her son had a big issue, and he took care of him. And so,
And with that statement, still wasn't enough to investigate it, get the guy caught.
they wouldn't, communicate with me and give me my reports back. I made 6 or 7 phone calls after this information came to light, and I never got a return phone call from the chief. I never got any return phone calls. Well, actually, I did get return. I actually spoke to the captain, and not only did we have an extensive conversation, he actually thought. He actually thanked me for different points of time during his career. He came on a year after I did, and we really got along great and so on. And I was a little bit put off that he would not relinquish my reports. They're my reports. I did them. Why can't I have them? Well, it's an investment. It's sealed. I go, I'm part of the reason you sealed it to begin with. I mean, I had good details, and now I developed these, and you don't want to give me the information to solve a case that's 29 fucking years old? I mean, what's up with that? I can't understand why a case that old is not going to be culminated with an arrest when, in fact, I think I have the impetus to shoot this right out of the box. So, nevertheless, couldn't get it. So he gives me an information about to speak to Sergeant Quantz. I'm sorry to say these names, but anyway, I leave a message, I get no call back, and so I wind up finally talking to him, and I worked with his father. And so I started talking to him about it, and we had a good interaction about it. But once again, at the end of the statement, at the end of our story, once again, I asked for my reports, and I was told that I couldn't have them. And once again, I said, they're my reports. I wrote them. I had copies of them, but I lost them. I said, so just give me the reports. I can try and correlate what she said and to what I believe the person that gave me the assumed name are, and we could tie them together. Once again, sorry, can't do that. So I don't understand. I worked arm in arm with you people. I said, I, I've always been about doing the right thing, and that's culminating with an arrest. And now I can't get the correlation to do just that. I mean, the people are pissed off because it's been 4 or 5 tips, and nobody got back to them at all. Not even a single phone call. I thought that was the meaning for the tip line to investigate tips, which never happened.
Wow.